It is 6 a.m. You look in the mirror, tie your shoes, and step out into the park. You walk relentlessly. By the end of the day, your smartwatch vibrates, proudly announcing that you have reached your 10,000-step goal. You smile. You feel satisfied, completely convinced that you just burned a massive amount of fat. But here is the brutal, harsh reality. 1 month passes. 2 months pass, and your waistline has not shrunk a single centimeter. The soft fat under your skin might feel slightly looser, but that stubborn visceral fat, the silent killer suffocating your liver and intestines, the exact fat that triggers diabetes and heart attacks, it has not moved an inch. Do you honestly believe that light, easy movement automatically forces your body to use fat as fuel? You are dead wrong. Contrary to everything you have been told, the 10,000-step rule is not backed by a single piece of medical research. It is a complete lie. It was actually a marketing scam created in 1965 by a Japanese company just to sell pedometers. Slow, casual walking that barely changes your heart rate will never, ever touch that stubborn lower belly fat. Stop counting useless steps. Today, MetaboLogic is exposing the absolute scientific truth behind fat loss. We will decode your biological hormones and show you exactly how to hack your body, forcing it to rip open that toxic visceral fat and burn it for fuel. Before you can understand how to burn fat, you must first understand why your body absolutely hates losing it. For 200,000 years of human evolution, starvation was our #1 enemy. Your body is built as a perfect survival machine. It hoards energy in the form of fat, saving it for the days when food is nowhere to be found. When you walk slowly, burning only 3 to 4 metabolic equivalents, your brain registers this as a basic, everyday survival activity. It refuses to tap into its emergency reserves. Instead, it reaches for the easiest, most available energy floating in your bloodstream. This is your blood sugar, or glucose. Maybe it uses a tiny, insignificant amount of free-floating fat. But that thick, toxic layer of visceral fat deep inside your belly, it remains safely locked behind an unbreakable hormonal wall. A landmark study published by Duke University in 2014 proved exactly this. Researchers found that people who only performed low-intensity, steady-state cardio for months saw almost zero significant changes in their visceral fat levels. Sure, their basic endurance improved, but the belly fat stayed completely intact. So, why does someone else lose weight walking for an hour while you do not? The answer lies in your heart rate threshold and a very specific, powerful enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase, or HSL. This enzyme is the only key that can unlock your fat vaults. To activate this enzyme and force your body to literally eat its own fat, you must trigger 4 specific biological signals. Here are the 4 biological signals that force your body to burn fat. Signal number 1. Activate heart rate zone 2. The master key to your fat vault. Instead of counting meaningless steps, you need to start counting your heartbeats. Zone 2 is the ultimate fat-burning state. In this specific heart rate zone, your body uses the highest possible percentage of fat for energy. Up to 60 or even 70% of your fuel comes directly from your fat stores. Let us look deep inside your cells. Fat can only be burned or oxidized inside the mitochondria. These are the microscopic power plants inside your cells. But there is a massive catch. This burning process requires a huge amount of oxygen. When you walk too slowly, stuck in zone 1, your energy demand is just too low. Your mitochondria are barely working. They do not even bother touching your visceral fat. But when you elevate your heart rate into zone 2, everything changes. Your body suddenly demands a large, steady supply of energy. Deep, rich oxygen is pumped continuously into your muscles. This creates the perfect oxygen-rich environment for your mitochondria. They finally break down the stubborn triglycerides in your belly fat, turning them into free fatty acids, and incinerate them for fuel. So, how do you find your zone 2? It is roughly 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. You can estimate your maximum heart rate by simply subtracting your age from 220. But the absolute easiest way to check is the talk test. Imagine you are walking briskly or cycling. In Zone 2, you should still be able to speak a full sentence comfortably, but you feel slightly breathless. You definitely cannot sing a song. Maintain this exact state for 30 to 45 minutes per session, instead of dragging your feet for 10,000 steps. Now, training in Zone 2 is incredibly effective, but it demands about 40 minutes of your day. What if you are simply too busy? Is there a way to train for just 15 minutes and keep your body burning fat intensely while you sit on the couch watching television? Or even while you are fast asleep? Yes, there is. And that brings us to signal number 2. Signal number 2, the EPOC effect, your invisible fat-burning machine. Slow casual walking only burns calories while you are actually moving. The exact second you stop, the fat burning stops completely. But the EPOC effect forces your body to continuously burn excess fat for 24 to 48 hours after you have already left the gym. What is the science behind this? EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. In simple terms, it means an oxygen debt. When you perform high-intensity interval training, you intentionally push your body into a temporary state of severe oxygen deprivation. This extreme effort triggers a massive spike in your catecholamines, which are your powerful fight-or-flight hormones. This chemical spike acts like a sledgehammer, directly stimulating that fat-unlocking enzyme, HSL, to break down your fat cells. Even better, after your workout is completely over, your body has to work frantically to repay that massive oxygen debt and repair microscopic muscle tears. What is the primary fuel source for this exhausting hours-long recovery process? It is your visceral fat. Here is exactly how you do it. Choose a full-body movement. You can do burpees, jump rope, or run in an all-out sprint. Give it 100% of your maximum effort for just 30 seconds. Then, recover by walking slowly for 60 seconds. Repeat this exact cycle 6 to 8 times. The entire workout takes only 15 to 20 minutes. And the best part is, you only need to do it 2 days a week to build this invisible fat-burning engine. However, there is a massive catch. You can perfectly execute your Zone 2 cardio. You can push yourself to absolute exhaustion with these intense intervals. But every single drop of your sweat will be completely wasted if you ignore the ultimate gatekeeper of your endocrine system. Signal number 3 is the absolute master switch. It alone decides whether your fat vault is locked tight or wide open. Signal number 3. Master your insulin, the ultimate gatekeeper of your fat vault. Listen to me carefully. You can run until your lungs burn. You can lift weights until you collapse. But if your blood insulin levels are elevated, burning even 1 single ounce of body fat is biologically impossible. Why does this happen? Insulin is a strictly anabolic hormone. Its primary mission is to store energy. Every time you eat a bowl of rice, a piece of bread, or a sugary snack, your pancreas floods your bloodstream with insulin. This hormone screams a biological command to your cells. It says, "We have too much energy right now. Pack it all into the fat cells and lock the vault doors tight." As long as insulin is actively surging through your veins, your fat-burning enzyme, HSL, is completely paralyzed. It cannot do its job. This means you must never do your fat-burning workouts immediately after eating a heavy carbohydrate meal. The golden window for destroying belly fat is the fasted state. The absolute best time to train is first thing in the morning, right after you wake up from an 8 to 10 hour overnight fast. At this exact moment, your insulin levels have crashed to rock bottom. Your body is desperate for fuel. When you start your Zone 2 cardio in this state, your body has absolutely no other choice. It is violently forced to tear open those stubborn belly fat cells just to keep you moving. But what if you are doing everything right? You control your insulin. You train exactly as I just told you. Yet, your belly keeps getting bigger every single day. The harsh truth is, you might be actively destroying your metabolism at the exact moment you think your body is resting. Signal number 4 will expose this massive silent paradox. Signal number 4. Sleep. The ultimate reset for your cortisol and human growth hormone. So many people grind late into the night, wake up exhausted at the crack of dawn to do their cardio, and then wonder why their belly keeps inflating like a balloon. Let me be brutally honest with you. Sleep deprivation completely destroys every single drop of sweat you leave in the gym. Here is the exact biological mechanism. When you cheat your sleep, you force your body into a state of chronic, relentless stress. Your adrenal glands panic and pump out massive amounts of a stress hormone called cortisol. When cortisol stays elevated for too long, it does two terrifying things. First, it literally breaks down your hard-earned muscle tissue. Second, it commands your body to aggressively store excess fat directly around your internal organs. It builds a toxic shield of belly fat to protect you from this constant stress. But when you finally achieve deep, restorative sleep, an absolute biological miracle happens. This is the exact moment your body releases 70% of its daily human growth hormone. This specific hormone is one of the most aggressive fat-burning and muscle-protecting chemicals in your entire biological system. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is not a gentle lifestyle suggestion. It is an absolute biological requirement for fat loss. You must shut down every single glowing screen and block out all blue light at least 1 full hour before you close your eyes. This simple action allows your pineal gland to naturally flood your brain with melatonin, plunging you rapidly into that deep, fat, incinerating sleep phase. Stop blindly chasing 10,000 meaningless steps every single day. It is time to completely redesign how you treat your body. Here is your ultimate scientifically proven daily schedule to melt away that stubborn visceral fat. At exactly 6 in the morning, wake up. Do not eat anything. Instead, drink 1 large glass of purified water mixed with a small pinch of pink Himalayan salt. This instantly replenishes your electrolytes and wakes up your central nervous system after a long night of sleep. At 6:15, begin your Zone 2 cardio. Maintain this steady pace for 30 to 45 minutes. Because you are doing this in a completely fasted state, your insulin is at rock bottom. This means your body has no choice but to violently pull fuel straight from your deep visceral fat stores. By 8:30 in the morning, if you choose not to practice intermittent fasting, you can eat your first meal. But it must be rich in high-quality protein and healthy fats. Think of whole eggs and fresh avocado. You must absolutely avoid white bread, sweet pastries, or sugary cereals at all costs. Do not let your insulin spike back up and lock your fat vault. Now, how do you structure your entire week? You do not need to overtrain and exhaust yourself. Dedicate 3 to 4 mornings a week strictly to your Zone 2 cardio. Then, pick 2 completely separate days, perhaps Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, to perform your brutal 15-minute high-intensity interval training. This smart split routine builds your invisible fat-burning machine without destroying your joints. Finally, at 10:30 at night, turn off the lights and go to sleep. Lower your cortisol. Unleash your human growth hormone. Let your body repair the cellular damage and burn deep belly fat while you are peacefully dreaming. Human biology is not a simple math equation of adding and subtracting calories. It is not about mindlessly counting steps on a digital screen. You simply cannot outwalk a completely broken endocrine system. True fat loss requires understanding your own biology, mastering your insulin, optimizing your zone 2 heart rate, and weaponizing the EPOC effect. These are the absolute master keys to unlocking that stubborn vault of visceral fat. Here at MetaboLogic, we believe that the right scientific knowledge will finally free you from these exhausting, time-wasting myths. Tomorrow morning, stop the 10,000 slow, dragging steps. Replace them with 40 minutes of highly focused Zone 2 training. Do this, and you will literally feel the transformation in your body in just 2 short weeks. What training method are you currently using? What is your age, and how much stubborn belly fat are you struggling with right now? Drop a comment down below so our community can discuss and help each other out. Do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next scientifically proven health breakdown. I will see you in the next video.